Hi, it's Akooji Badat, Friday 11th of May 2018, and it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just going to make a little video about a bus lane and our protest to utilizing bus lanes. And I'm on A638 Bradford Road, Littletown, Liversedge, and I'm going to basically point out to Kirklees Council and the Kirklees councillors and the licensing, etc., as well as the taxi drivers from the hackney carriage trade and the private hire trade. So as you can see, this is the bus lane, and on that sign it says bus and bicycle. So it should say taxis as well. Taxis meaning hackney carriage taxis. Now in Leeds, Bradford, Sheffield, wherever you go, these bus lanes are usually for buses, cycles and hackney taxis. Now my protest is, firstly, as you can see, well, it's not busy now, but when it gets busy, the other lane will get hugely busy, and this bus lane will be almost redundant with a bus here and there. Now it can be utilized because the bus is transporting public, Joe Blogs, and similarly so are the hackney taxis, but moreover so are the private hire taxis. Now the private hire taxis in Kirklees is approximately 2,000, just over 2,000, and the hackney taxis is about 250, and we are all providing a great service for the general public, right? And my point is, there's this one here, there's the one by Dewsbury, just after the college and just before the viaducts on Halifax Road. Then there is so many places in especially Kirklees where these lanes are hardly utilized because of the lack of knowledge with the Kirklees Highways Department. So there's a better picture of where I am, of the bus lane. As you can see, the other lane is where the cars keep going. So anyway, vote Judge Jude McCaig. If you're in, you need to hear this. And this is there it is, Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 9:30 a.m, 4 o'clock to 6:30 p.m, bus and cycle lane. And once again, Bradford Road here, look, bus lane. And like I say, all these traffic, and there'll be a lot of traffic, there'll be a lot of traffic here on the other lane, and this bus lane is basically redundant. There'll be a bus now and again at busy times, and it needs to be utilized because the taxi drivers as well as the private hire are all transporting public, and all the public is obviously taxpayers of Kirklees Council. You see, the point I'm making is it's common sense for the general public, for the councillors, for the taxi drivers, and it's advantage for all of us. And it's common sense. Energy sense is common sense. This road should be utilized, and it should be okayed by the councillors for the private hire as well as the hackney carriage. The private hire are the main source of transport for the general public of Kirklees Council or whichever council, and it's got to be recognized because we're transporting more people than the buses are transporting, and we are 24/7. So it's got to be taken on board, and many authorities apart from Kirklees have now begun to realize this, and they've opened it up, the bus lanes, for the private hire trade. Yeah, so the whole point that I'm trying to make is that there was a lot of taxi drivers in Leeds a few months ago that was protesting that they wanted to access the bus lanes. And you shouldn't be doing favors to the bus companies just for the sake of it. Is it common sense? Do you agree with what I'm saying? It's just a very basic, simple common sense and plenty of logics in it. In order to not agree with my proposal, would not make sense, because we're traveling, we are giving service to the general public that pays the poll tax as well as the council tax, etc. And the same person that travels in the bus is could be the same person that travels in the taxis, and the taxis refer to Hackney and private hire, although the word taxis refers to Hackney carriage taxis. But let's be honest about it, the private hire, wherever you go in the whole of the country, the Hackney carriages will be 200, the private hire will be 2,000. It's always the case where the private hire are doing a fantastic job, and we want to transport people quickly. The majority of the taxi drivers here in Kirklees area are from the ethnic minority, mainly Asians, and 95-98%. But the majority of the public that we transport are mainly from the the English white people community. No disrespect. So please, the councillors, the highway department, can you please take this on board? It's energy sense, it's common sense, it's space sense. And if you don't agree with me, can you please let me know why? Why don't you agree with us? And there's our wonderful aerial taxis office next to the Dewsbury railway station. And it's the only taxi office that has 100% Hackney carriage taxi drivers, and even they all agree that bus lanes should be for Hackney and private hire. This is 466575 or 465072 01924, and I usually affiliate myself to Abbey Cars in Heckman-Wyke, 01924 407777. Right, so we're on Halifax Road, Dewsbury, and that sign is also a bus lane, Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. and 4 till 6:30 p.m. And as you can see, there's the little there. You can just about see the Dewsbury Town Hall clock. Again, it's for bus lane for bus and bicycles, not for Hackney taxis and not for private hire. Like I say, we both give the service. There's a train going down there. Halifax Road, Dewsbury, bus lane only for bus lane only for cycles and bus. There you go. So anyways, relating to the bus lanes in Kirklees Council, I'm talking about Kirklees Council because that's my local authority. I would like you to regard this video as a formal complaint addressed to whosoever wants to deal with in Kirklees Council, and then if you can't resolve it, then hopefully I need to send this to the Ombudsman. And this is also for the attention of our MPs and all 69 councillors and all licensing officers and everybody. Basically, it's a common sense. So hope you don't find me getting awkward with you. I'm just trying to address something which is sensible, common sense prevails, and it's for the benefit of all of us. It would benefit every one of us. Apart from the bus drivers, I don't think they'd like it. But that's life for you. Thank you very much. Akooji Badat. Come on, Masood Ahmed. You've been hanging on that wall, smiling. You've been re-elected. Now we want you to get this job done. A fantastic councillor. Right, so finally, just to reiterate, this video complaint is addressed to Kirklees Council, care of Chris Reid and Jackie Gedman, and I think the newly elected leader, Mr. Shabir Pandor, and all these newly elected councillors and the Highways Department. And it's to reiterate, it's the bus lanes which we would like to utilize in the whole of Kirklees. Firstly, for the Hackney carriage trade. I know there's a lot of bus lanes which is already Hackney and bus lanes, but we want it so that it's for the private hire taxi trade as well. We, Hackney and private hire, between us, we're transporting more people than the bus, so we should have priority, and it's common sense. So thank you once again. Akooji Badat is the 11th of May, Friday 2018, and I hope you get back to me approximately 4 weeks. This will be on the YouTube, and hopefully the response you give back will also be on the YouTube, and it's no disrespect to anybody, and my apologize if I have mistakenly disrespected anybody in this video. Thank you. Final thank you. You as well, Gwen. Come on, come down off that wall. You're re-elected. We want some work off you.